All right, guys, what do we got this morning? 2020 Infiniti QX50. I've got an Infiniti key for this car that matches the FCC. It will not learn. I just tried it a number of times. I've had this experience on this car before, and I don't understand why. Maybe I have a bad key, but I think what we're going to see here when I do the Autel Universal is we're going to see, pretty sure, an FCC that is not listed. It's different than the one listed on here, work here. So hold on one second. I'm going to get you the FCC off of this one. So I did this before and it should focus. KR5TXN1. So I totally have an unlocked key with a matching FCC. Won't learn to the car. Maybe it's bad, but I got my Autel Universal. Just gonna see if it detects it. It does. I'll escape out of this. So we're gonna go to generation, where we are. I suppose I could go to Nissan or Infiniti, but let's go by model. So this is a QX50. It's a 2020. It's a 5-button. So we got 3, 4, and we got 5. So the interesting thing about their 2 5-buttons, they look identical. ID4A. They do say TXN1, but they also say TXN3. And then we have this one that says TXN4. I can't remember what I did on the last one, and I'm going to be honest, this is part of the reason why I'm making these videos, so even I can go back and look at some of the things that I've done, make things easy for me. So this seems to happen. I think it's updating the hardware, whatever. I'm going to let it finish. I'll be right back. So that took just a few minutes. First it updated, I believe, the hardware. Then it completed the key generation. If we hit continue, that would be to do another one. So we're going to escape out of this. We're going to remember that we picked that TXN3. In case this one doesn't work, we'll be able to change it. We're going to back all the way out. Yes. And now we're going to go into IMO. We'll auto detect, see what it comes up with. It's Infiniti. Hazard light on. It wants the ignition on. So I just had the car running. Ignition on. I did open and close the door. This should just take a moment. And I believe it's going to do PIN, even though it's not going to display it. It's also going to display a warning. Looks like Autel is, I think they're doing some things a little differently, but it's still not 100% clear. So they were still giving us the warning on certain BCMs. The thing that I don't remember seeing before that I see now is they're actually displaying the part number of the BCM on the tool. They're going to give me a couple examples of quote-unquote risky BCMs. I've seen lists that are much, much longer than just a couple. So not so sure I would trust the Autel's list. So we'll do IMO status scan. Then we're going to do add key guided. And that's where we're going to get this warning. I'll explain it once it pops up. So add key guided. Get pin. This is where the warning is going to come up. We're fine with erasing keys. It doesn't scare us. Ignition off. Open and close driver's door. So that's that warning. Displays RBCM code. Then it displays a couple of supposed bad ones where you're risking bricking the BCM. This is a 2020. You know, I thought from everything I'd read that 14 through 17 was the affected models. It's a 2020 Infiniti. Again, I've seen some lists, you can find them, of supposed bad BCMs. I'm just not worried on this one. So place original smart key, that's the customer key. I'm going to go logo right on top of that button. You can see that. Hit OK. Successful pin. I believe it's going to tell us to press the ignition switch. I'm gonna press it, and I'm gonna watch out for the MO light on the cluster. So first things first, press. Then we're gonna watch that cluster. I believe you can see that light flash 5 times. You saw it flash 5 times. I did. That means that key is learned. Turn ignition off. I'll open and close the door, even though it didn't tell me to. So we're successful with that one. We'll take that one away. We're going to take our new generated key. Of course, that one doesn't have a logo, but we're going to put it there anyways. Yes. Push the ignition switch once. There it is. Watch what's going on up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that means it's learned. I'll turn off the ignition. So, we do not want to program another one. It's telling us to take the first original key, put it up against the stop button. Instrument cluster lights up. It's all good. Hit OK. Ignition off. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Check if the remote control is operational. That one is. Oh, it tells us to start the engine. The engine started. I did have to hit lock and unlock on my new remote as well as the original. It gave me that key ID incorrect. I don't know if that hitting the lock and unlock were necessary, but let's see what happens here. I'm going to be thorough on this one just because of some of the things that we didn't make sense. The thing that we did that doesn't make sense is we programmed this remote for the TXN3, and when clearly this is a TXN1, and I have a TXN1 that is reading unlock that won't learn. I really do not understand this, other than the fact that I must have a bad key. But even the bad key theory doesn't explain why the TXN3 learns. So let's do this. I haven't had to use the button adjustment, so we'll lock it. I'm going to take my new key. I already tested the original key. All the functions work, so I'm going to hit lock and then hold. Yeah, maybe we have to get a little bit away. Oh, I heard you had to do it kind of fast. Yeah, see that? Car fired right up. So remote start works. Lock and unlock work. Rehatch works. Panic works. So that's it. We're done. No great explanation on why, but hopefully this helps somebody someday. Thanks for watching.